Day, it was like 1:28 or something like that, 9 in the morning. So anyway.
All right.
Vic?
Questions for Coach Koenning?
Well, Coach, I mean, overall impressions, you've only been at this 2 days, but just finding people in the right positions, them understanding what to do, what's the carryover from spring?
Well, the first most improved thing that we are is we're a better team. I just happened to catch the end of that movie Replacements the other night, and it struck home to me. You know, the old heart deal we talk about, you know, and the team deal is we're way better than we were at any time in the spring, and so that's going to give us a chance, way better chance than we had beforehand. I think that the guys had a pretty good summer. You know, there's some habits that got to be corrected. You get in the habit defensively of not running the football during the summer because there's nobody hollering at you to run the football. So you got to kind of get that going. You know, when you practice against the tempo team all the time, then what happens to you again defensively is those linemen, those D linemen, they're going to take about 3 steps, and they're saying, well, them guys are going to make that tackle out in the flats. So they're ready to go get lined up. But if you get all over the ball like we need to do, then they're going to be up ready to snap the ball. Now that's in practice, you know, and everything's hurried up in a game. You know, you just have to kind of manage that. But we got to get to make a better answer. We have to continually practice getting all over the ball. 10 guys or 11 guys tackle a whole bunch better than 1 or 2 guys. So we're going to do that. I think that they've got a better understanding, and what we're able to do now in our meetings are take the next step. Some of our guys now are just learning the difference between 1 back and 2 back, so we're able to discern the difference between 2 backs and 1 back. So we're making strides there. So to answer your question with a real long answer, we are making a lot of strides in a lot of areas, but we don't have any pads on really yet anyway. So we'll see. Next question.
Josh Norwood.
Go ahead first. Age before B.
Along those lines, this spring, were you a little worried when you saw what you had, and then?
No, I was more worried about day to day dealing with things you shouldn't have to deal with. So, you know, a lot of that's not the issue anymore. So we're way better in that area. That was more of the concern for me, was just getting buy-in, getting the stuff that Coach Brown's worked so hard to get our team to do. And we're at a place now where we can go forward without a doubt. So I hope I answered that question okay. Who was the head?
It was me. I was going to ask how Josh Norwood's doing in the switch from corner of the safety.
Josh, who?
Norwood.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what he thinking? Josh, trying to think Josh. I didn't think of Norwood. I'm sorry. You know, it was kind of a necessary deal. And if y'all that were here, I guess he played safety somewhat. At Valdosta, he was his coach Rodemaker calls him a dog, which, you know, they used to call defense dogs here. So I hadn't really brought that up, but a dog means he gets at you. He practices hard. He goes after it. Josh has got all those attributes. When you think of that, you don't think of corner. You think of a safety. And is he going to be Ronnie Lott? No. But I think he's going to be able to help us in coverage skills. If you look at the teams in our conference, most of them are playing with corner types at safety anyway. There's not a bunch of hammer guys. So yeah, he's going to have to help us. We're going to use him. We're going to use what he does best a lot. You know, we're going to put him in those positions. And he's got a lot of growing pains as far as learning some techniques and stuff. So anyway.
You're along the lines of Norwood, you're down from 4 expected safeties the day after signing day aren't here with the transfers and guys not coming here. What have you had to do to sort of compensate for that depth that you don't have?
Well, we're counting on obviously Bonamico to give us some snaps. He's an experienced guy, and the rest of the guys don't really have that much experience. Jake Long, we moved him over there early on. Thought that was a better fit for him. He's one of our pound for pound strongest guys in the weight room. He's an older guy. I'm just trying to think. We signed Noah Guzman, and I think he's a lot like Sean Mahone. Sean Mahone has got to take the next step, and constantly on him to just not be average. So we really need 5 guys right there. I just walked up from the locker room, encouraging Kerry Martin. Kerry's way better than what he was in the spring, and I think he can move forward now. Now that he's got probably a more level playing field for him as far as off the field stuff, where he can focus on things he needs to focus on, and hopefully he'll improve. And anyway, so I think we got enough guys. Now we're not going to be blessed with the plethora of depth there, but we got to be smart. And the next thing is, those guys got to give us. If we play 80 plays, we got to go 40 and 40, because those guys need to be real good on special teams as well. So.
That impacts how you call a game. What you got back there, doesn't it?
Oh
A
yeah.
little shaky back
Well,
there.
if you can, and what the other team does a lot too.
Yeah.
Like we gave up a pass at the end. Yeah, it wasn't real smart for what we were doing, and so we'll teach off of it. Coach Brown talks all the time about following up. Well, that's a great example. I had a guy back there at 12, 15 yards, and then he went running to the line of scrimmage. We're smart. We need to not do that. So the guys are trying hard, so you don't coach them. You coach them with love and you coach them with respect. If they're not going hard, then you coach them harder, and I mean it's still with love, but it's a little bit stronger kind of love. So. Any more questions? By the way, D-line's making good progress, and our footwork's much improved from the spring, and we're learning how to go forward instead of catch, and I expect for us to be a lot better in the D-line too. So I just thought y'all, in case y'all wanted to know that.
That's what he's wondering about Josh Chandler. What have you seen?
Well, he's going to be the next guy. He's probably of all the guys on the team, and it's not quite to his nature yet, but he's going to be a guy they probably need to find. So, not to start getting into game plan stuff, but he's going to be a guy that I would say by the middle of the year they're going to try to find out where he's at. So.
Following up on your defensive line, Ruben, I know it's early, but
Yeah.
potential to give you some.
They're great. It's like getting an IV when you're dehydrated. Okay, so start feeling a lot better. So I feel a lot better watching him run around out there. So.
With your safeties, the two in the back end, or just curious if you had extra corners or.
Well, we had moved Norwood there, and that thinned out the corner position.
Right.
So we got Nick Troy and Corey. The 2 young guys are going to come in and have to give us reps there, and they're going to be in direct competition with the other guys. So those are 2 young guys that really look like big time corner bodies, and so they're going to have to give us an influx of help right there. So.
Any other IVs?
I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when we get pads on. I can tell you this. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to coaching these guys. I told them as much. This is going to be a really fun group to coach. It's going to be a great challenge, but it may be as fun a group to coach at this point in time. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to play our butts off, and we're going to tackle. We're going to make plays. We had a chance to get 7 takeaways in practice today if we could catch them all, and so that's the things we got to do. You know, we should have got 5 yesterday. We got 4, and we should have got 7 today. And that's not even just practicing stripping the ball yet, because we don't have pads on. So we're gonna be great at that as well, and we're gonna move forward. And these guys are gonna be very proud. They're gonna think of this year as one of the funnest years they ever played. So good.